Hey sports fans, and welcome to Sports Talking with Cam. I'm your sports talking host Cameron Gooseby, and today I'll be talking about Week 1 predictions for your Chicago Bears. Before we get into predictions, I would like to point out a few concerns that I have for that football team. Recapping last year, that 2019 season for the Bears, it was very disappointing last year, and Bears fans like myself saw regression and decline from that team as they stumbled upon an 8-8 record. The offense at best last year was stagnant. And although we have, I believe, a Super Bowl level caliber defense, they declined last year because of injuries to key players, and the offense could not provide the defense enough rest to get off the field last year. Now, with the offense, quarterback Mitchell Trubisky struggled last season without a tight end to help, as Trey Burton, Adam Shaheen, Ben Braunecker were all injured. Mitch also struggled making important throws and racking up touchdowns and putting up points on the board last season for the Bears. He also had a shoulder injury, which impacted his play negatively throughout the season. Now, may I remind you, 2 years ago, he was a Pro Bowler, and he showed he was a Pro Bowler by being a scrambling quarterback and running out of the pocket last year and gaining first downs. Now, last year, in year 2 with Matt Nagy, Chicago Bears head coach, Trubisky didn't even run as often because he became a pocket passer for that offensive system. And also, to add on to 2018, Mitchell Trubisky, he was like the second highest scrambler, second highest rushing leader in scrambling yards for a quarterback in the NFC last season. But last season, in 2019, he didn't even crack the top 10. He only had 193 rushing yards. So, it was a big change for Mitchell Trubisky last season. Now, the offense struggled not just because of Trubisky's decline, but also the offensive line's decline. In 2018, the offensive line ranked 11th best in the league. But in 2019, they took 11 steps back to 22nd best in the league. The struggles came from all the members of the line, as there were a lot of holding penalties called on them last year, such as Charles Leno and Bobby Massey. The two tackles generated a lot of holding calls last season, and it cost us a lot of games last year. I mean, it was not the only cause, but it was a part of the cause of a lot of games last year, which I think we should have won mostly a lot of games last season. Now, it was a solid year for running back David Montgomery despite the offensive line struggling, as he recorded 889 rushing yards as a rookie. Now, per rush, his yards were at 3.7 yards per carry, but with better blocking up front for the offensive line, I believe he has potential to go up to 4.5 yards per carry. Now, some key additions for the Bears this offseason is Jimmy Graham, pass rushing linebacker Robert Quinn, and offensive lineman Germain Ifedi. And also, we also have Nick Foles, who we acquired this offseason, not from free agency, but from a trade from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles, they both had a competition in training camp, which Mitchell Trubisky won. And say if Mitchell Trubisky struggles, we have solid backup, as we have a former Super Bowl MVP in Nick Foles in the back, just in case if Mitchell Trubisky struggles this season. Now, also another key addition to the Bears via free agency was in a strong safety position by adding Tashaun Gibson. Now, as far as drafting, 3 people I'm excited for is Cole Kmet, a tight end, cornerback Jalen Johnson, and wide receiver Darnell Mooney. They have potential to win Rookie of the Year and become great players in this league. And honestly, they can become stars one day. I believe it. Now, moving on to the defense, they declined last year because of injuries with Akeem Hicks and the lack of depth on the defensive line. But with Hicks back, Khalil Mack and all of the pass rushers will have more opportunity to bring more pressure on to the quarterback of the opposing team. Now, moving on to the predictions, I see two outcomes of this. I see two outcomes of both the Bears winning and losing every game of this season. Now, as the Bears play against division rival the Detroit Lions, if they win, I believe that the score will be 24-17. That is because Mitchell Trubisky in the past has had success against Detroit, including winning recently 4 straight games versus the Lions. And I also believe that the Bears are a better football team talent-wise versus the Lions, and the defense always plays the Lions so good to the point where they are pressured and they turn the ball over in key situations. Now, if the Bears were to lose, it would be because they get off to a slow start and Detroit would put points on the board. Now, I believe in a losing outcome, the final score would be 24-20 Lions. It could also be because of the rust that we have because of COVID and stuff like that. And, the Lions, they have an unexpected game plan for the Bears for the outcome in Detroit's favor. Now, wrapping up, I would like to thank you for watching my video of predictions, and I really hoped you enjoyed it. It would be really great if you left a like on my video and comment your thoughts and opinions for this upcoming season. I will see you next time on Sports Talking with Cam next week, and as always,